Hey guys, this Crypto She does it all, a little bit of everything. I'm going to give you some information about the real reason Christ Licht got fired from CNN. The problem is, I don't know how I let that slide out of my hands, because this guy shook off the network when he got in. He let Don Lemon go, so many other people, and I'm like, what's going on? You see, Don Lemon brought so much culture, so much value to CNN network. He was there for so long, making so much money. Now he's living his life, and to come aboard and let somebody go just because not a real good reason was given, I don't think it was right. Chris Cuomo was let go. I know he was trying to protect and support his brother, the governor of New York. But Don Lemon's situation, could they have worked something out? Why you fired the guy? And now it's his turn to be asked out. And that's why you gotta be very careful. You come around, you don't know how the system works, you don't know what's going on, and you come to clean house. Now you be the latest to be house cleaned off. So let's go and see why they let him go. The real reason Christ Licht got fired: the ousted CNN chief never had a chance. Christ Licht got canned Wednesday morning, truncating his chairmanship of CNN to a brief 13 months. The proximate, give me a chance, hold on guys. The proximate catalyst for his departures was Tim Albert's days-old 15,000 word profile in the Atlantics. We had to go that far, yeah? Can we just focus on the story? Inside the meltdown at CNN, which excavated Light's mistakes at the helms and his personal shortcomings as network boss. But it was more than that. To fully explain it, you would need a team with the skills of National Transportation Safety Board investigators to sort and tag all of the elements that led to Light's abrupt crash, and then complete a 456-page following up report 18 months later. If such a report were written, it would explain that Licht wasn't the right guy for the job of CNN's revamping. It would note that even if he wasn't the perfect candidate, nobody could be expected to turn a network like CNN around in 13 months. No, even baseball managers or football general managers are expected to work miracles like that in such a brief interval. That he wasn't expected to do the impossible, both remake the network and help its parent corporation, Warner Brothers Discovery, reach its cost-cutting goal of $3.5 billion to cover the $50 billion debt load incurred from the merger of the two companies 1 year ago. That the Donald Trump town hall he organized was received as a disaster, that he never won the support of the journalists who manufacture the news at CNN, and that's just for starters. They might not be an airplane hangar big enough to hold all the broken part of the investigators to power over. Now, can we try to keep this short, please? Licht was regarded by CNN staff rightly, it appears, not as the independent chief of the network, but as the servant of Warner Bros. Discovery CEO David Zaslav, Alberta informs us, Zaslav was in the habit of calling Licht at 6:30 in the morning and interrupting his workout. This is crazy. He was hired to do Zaslav's bidding and did exactly that. He removed the liberal patina his predecessor, Jeff Zucker, had painted on the network. He made no effort to save the just launched streaming channel CNN Plus, which Zaslav killed days before he took over CNN. He laid off hundreds, including veteran journalists Brian Steller and John Howard. All of these moves could be justified for business and may even editorial reason. But inside CNN, the changes were perceived by some as a double rebuke, first mandated by Lord Zaslav, but delivered by his DoorDash delivered by Licht. Licht assures Alberta in the piece that Zaslav had his back, portraying the relationship as a partnership, but that wasn't so. Okay. As we climb through the wreckage of Licht's tenure, the most significant piece of evidence is that Zaslav never had his back. He never even had Licht's front. Zaslav admitted as much in his Wednesday morning comments to the staff when he said, "It's really unfortunate, and unfortunately, that's on me, and I take full responsibility for that." Yeah, be careful who you call your friend, man. Licht tumbled from the top floors directly from that fact. Perhaps any executive assigned to what Zaslav wanted would have ultimately paid the same price. As those who follow the CNN media gossip know, Licht became something of a pariah in the newsroom. Part of it was his doing. He was distanced from its operation, but part of it was his misfortune to be the guy who succeeded Zucker, who was as part as K-pop band. With his newsroom, Zucker excels at charming and stroking the staff, and charming and stroking the media reporters who cover CNN. Licht could never be Zucker to these people. Not that he tried, but could anybody? Probably not. So Licht lost the newsroom, as people like to put it when the newsroom rebels against a new boss. A similar thing happened to Howard Raines, who was essentially ousted as executive editor of the New York Times by the newsroom in 2003 after 21 months at the top after proving charm deficient. Employees tend to resist new bosses unless given a reason to embrace them. Raines and now Licht provided no such reason and suffered for it. Journalists love to complain, and they love to leak on their bosses when peeved. Top talent began to turn on Licht. As Alberta put it, the CNN newsroom dissatisfaction with Licht was already a media beat staple before the Atlantic story, which made CNN management and not the network itself the story. A bad look. Well, they look for him, they got him. Meanwhile, the idea that firing Licht will save CNN return to its former glory or confirm to the spared down centrist vehicles Zaslav image. Zaslav imagines doesn't bear scrutiny. Warner Brothers Discovery has billions more to cut, so more resources aren't coming. The cable news giant, as the Washington Post poll Ferry just sketched, is a declining form, both as a business proposition because of cord cutting and as a cultural force. It's very difficult to remodel a house that's on fire. And that, in addition to Warner Bros. Discovery's debt load, make the shuffle of CNN chairman looks like a make-work project. When that becomes transparent to Warner Bros. Discovery shareholders, it might become Zaslav's turn to crash. Who is this Zaslav guy? Again, as the Licht era fades to black, his successor, not yet picked, will inherit a bruised enterprise. The upside is that all of the most unpopular work, downsizing, firing, navigating towards the center, has been done. The new boss, whoever that might be, would be raised to audit a class or two of the Zucker Charm Institute and never believe Zaslav's when he says, "I've got your back." He doesn't get your back. Again, guys, I did not believe Christ Licht was ousted out of CNN. He fired so many people. He let go so many people. Now it was his turn. And Zaslav's is the guy not to trust in the business, apparently, because he said he got his back and he did not get the guy back, and the man get fired. And they say soon Zaslav will be the next one to get fired because he's not doing his work. Again, subscribe. Let me know how you feel. Bye.